Hey class, let's get started with Think Central Lesson 8.1, first lesson in Unit 8, our final unit of the year. So it's most important that we get to know this chart right here. That is how we convert metric units from one form into another. Second most important thing is knowing this. Large to small is multiply, and small to large is divide. That is how we're going to do it. So on this problem here, you are converting from meters, which is right here, to millimeters, which is over here. So you're going from a larger unit into a smaller unit, large to small. So go large to small, we're going to multiply. And how much do we multiply by? Well, each step you do is times 10. So that's times 10, and then another times 10, and another times 10. So that is 10 times 10, which is 100, times 10 is 1,000. So we're going to multiply this by 1,000, which is a triple scoop. So imagine if there's a decimal point right here. Scoop it once, scoop it twice, scoop it 3 times, and you're done. So here we go. So we have 75 meters. Scoop once, twice, 3 times, and you're done. And put zeros into those spaces. So this turns in 75 meters is the same as 75,000 milliliters. And here is Think Central's explanation of it. It is times 1,000, so it's 75,000. I did 10 to the third power here because that's the same as 1,000, and that's our answer. Moving on to number 2, you're going from centimeters to meters. So you're going from a centi, which is smaller, to meter. So you're going from small to large, and that means we have to divide. Hi-ya! So we're moving 800. Let's say I write this here, 886. There's my decimal point right there. Scoop once, scoop twice. That is dividing by 100, or 10 to the second power. And that is our answer, 8.86 meters. All right, and this is Think Central's response. I've drawn the chart here. Get to know that. And you see 886 centimeters to meters. You divide by 100. It's a double scoop. You end up with 8.86 meters. All right, now I've shown a little different chart. I like this one a lot because it's showing, larger units, smaller units. Smaller going this way, and larger going this way. So this is going to be multiply, and this is going to be divide. So you're going from meters, which are right here, to centimeters, which are right here. So that's a double scoop, and it's a double scoop that way. You're going to multiply by 10 to the second power, or multiply by 100. So you can move that 2.38 over to 238. So 2.38 meters is the same as 238 centimeters. There are 100 centimeters in each meter, so it makes sense that there are 238 centimeters in 2.38 meters. Here we go with Think Central's explanation. I've left the chart in there for you, and it shows a times 100. You multiply by 100 because 1 meter is 100 centimeters, and you get 238 centimeters. You're going from a kilometer to a meter. So kilometers are very large. That's the king, and the King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. And you're going to meters, which is over here. So this is going to be a scoop once, twice, 3 times, scooping it over. So you're going to multiply by 1,000 because there are 1,000 meters in every kilometer. So this, if I put this here, 1.4, and I do a triple scoop, that's multiplying by 1,000, end up with 1,400 meters. Showing this, read that for a second. You're converting from a large to a small, and that means large to small. You are going to multiply, and I'm going to record a really cool video that shows you the large to small multiply dance. All right, there you go. That's the answer for that. Now we get into some word problems. So this one, I've drawn a model here already. Looks like it's a whole part model. Jenny knitted a scarf that is 2.9 meters long. She made the same scarf each scarf is identical for every month, and she did that for 2 years. So this is the total amount of scarf length she made. How many centimeters of the scarf had she knitted? So we need to change meters into centimeters ultimately. We'll go step by step on this. So Jenny knit how many meters of scarf each month? Well, each month she did 2.9. For how many months did she knit? She knit for 24 months because 2 years is 24 months. So you need to multiply 24 by 2.9. And you can use a calculator to do that. That's fine to get your answer. All right, I think it's 69.6 meters that she did for those 24 months. So then how many meters is that? Well, I just answered that. Oh, 24 months. I'm sorry. This answer should go there. This should be 24 because you did one scarf every month. So 24 times 2.9 is 69.6 meters. Now we have to change meters into centimeters. So we go with our place value chart. Here's our meters. Here's our centimeters. It's a double scoop. So it's a double scoop on this. So she must have made 6,960 centimeters of scarf in those 2 years. Let's see if Think Central agrees with us. And we nailed it. We get an A+ for this. Here's the step-by-step. So just read through this slowly to understand. Don't skip parts, and you will understand it better. Make sure you're asking for help if you don't. But they broke it down step by step. So if you're stuck, make sure you're doing the step by step for the problem. Next problem, European swallow flies about 18 meters in 1 second. How many kilometers, so we're going to have to go from meters to kilometers eventually, could it fly in 15 minutes? Well, this is in seconds and this is in minutes. So we got a couple conversions to do here. So it goes 18 meters in 1 second, right here. So how much would it go in a minute? So I'm going to multiply 18 times 60 because there are 60 seconds in a minute. So what is 18 times 60? Okay, so that is 1,080 meters. 18 meters, 60 seconds is 1,800 meters in a minute. But then she's going to fly for 15 minutes. So now we have to multiply 1,800 meters in, which is 1 minute, times 15 to get the total number of meters. And that happens to be 16,200, I think. 16,200 meters. Let me check that with my calculator. That is correct. So that's 16,200 meters. But now the final step is we have to change the meters into kilometers. So we look at our place value chart up here. We got meters right here. Kilometers is 1,000 times bigger for the kilometers. So we're going to go from a small to a large, which means we're going to divide by 1,000. So I'm dividing this by 1,000, which is a triple scoop. So I took my decimal point here, scoop it over once, twice, 3,000. So this European swallow ended up flying 16.2 kilometers in those 15 minutes. Pause the video on this. Go ahead and read all of this to help you understand it. If you're stuck, this would be a great problem to do step by step on, and that should help you get the answer. Problem number 7. Looks like I've drawn an area model here to help us. Leon is building a square picture frame, so this is a square. That means all sides are congruent. The side is 435 millimeters. I've drawn one side. That means all the sides are 435 milliliters. If a meter of wood costs $8, how much will the wood he needs cost? So we're going to have to figure out the total, the perimeter. It's not an area. I guess this is perimeter of the picture frame. And that's going to be in millimeters, but then we need to change millimeters into meters. So first we need to do is add up 435, 435, 435, and 435 to find out how many total millimeters we need. And if you add up 435 4 times, or you just do 4 times 435, you end up with 1,000 740 millimeters. So now we need to change millimeters into meters. So we look at our place value chart. Here's our meters over here. Here's millimeters over here. This is a small unit. We're going small to large, which means we're going to divide. We're going to divide by a factor of 10 to the third power, or 1,000. I put my decimal point there for my millimeters, do the triple scoop, scoop it up, and I end up with 1.74 meters of wood. So I have 1.74 meters of wood, and I multiply that by 8 because each meter costs $8. So I multiply that by 8 to get my final answer. And that's going to be $13.92. I got 2 decimals on the island, so just multiply 174 times 8 and bring back the 2 decimals. $13.92 is the total cost of the wood he's going to need for his picture frame. All right, check out Think Central's explanation again. Check out the step-by-step if you need it. It's super helpful for these kind of problems because they are multi-step. Question number 8. Sabrina's hair grows 1.2 centimeters every month. How many meters, so we're going centimeters to meters eventually, could her hair grow over 5 years? So, what you have to do is you have to figure out that you have 1.2 centimeters for every month. There are 12 months in a year, and there are 5 years. So we're going to multiply 1.2 times 12 times 5, which I see these as compatible numbers, so I'm going to go 1.2 times 60. So 1.2 times 60 is the easiest way to do that. Use a calculator if you need to on this. That is fine because it's just practice, and here's that answer. That equals 72 centimeters. Now we're going to change the centimeters into meters. So we look at our place value chart down here. I got my meters here. I got my centimeters over here. I'm going to do a double scoop to get over here. So that means I'm going to do a double scoop over here. So it looks like her hair is going to grow 0.72 meters over those 5 years. Now they're asking us to do an estimate, so we round each of these. That's going to round to 1, compatible numbers. That's going to round to 12, compatible numbers, and that's going to stay 5. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to divide it by 100 because that's our double scoop. And we end up with 1 times 10 is 10, 50, so about 0.5 or a half of a meter. I'm not sure why they're asking us to estimate this, but that's what we're doing. So it's about 0.5 meters. Looking at Think Central's explanation again, multi-step problems deserve a step-by-step. Check that out when you do your homework. It will really help you build mastery. Pause the video, go back, do the step-by-step. That'll help. All right, question number 9. Almost done. Mai has a piece of cloth that's 9.85 meters long. How many 15 centimeter pieces can she cut from that? So cutting things up is repeated subtraction, and that means division. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 9.85, and I'm going to change that. That's meters, but I'm going to change that into centimeters right here by doing a double scoop. And with 985 centimeters, we're going to divide that. So 15 goes into 90 times, 15 goes into 98. I believe it's 6 times. 6 times 15 is 90. 8 left over. Bring down the 5. 5 times, so 5 times 15 is 75. Have 10 left over. So you can cut 65 pieces of 15 centimeter pieces, and there's going to be 10 centimeters left over. All right, check it out. You saw that again. Step by step is perfect for this. Use that tool to build mastery. Final problem on the homework. It looks like I've got a perimeter drawing here. Paula's painting has a perimeter of 2.97 meters, so that means the distance around here is 2.97 in total. She wants to put a ribbon around it. If the ribbon comes in pieces that are 25 centimeters long, how many pieces will she need? So first I'm going to take the 2.97 meters. I'm going to change it into centimeters by doing a double scoop. That gives me 297 centimeters for the ribbon that she needs. Now, the next part is, how many pieces of ribbon do I need? If each piece is 25 centimeters long. So I'm going to take 297 and I'm going to divide it by 25. So how many 25 centimeter pieces can I have there? Goes in once. 25, 4, 7 goes in once. 25, 47 minus 25 is 22. So I've got 11 pieces, but I have 22 centimeters left over. So I'm going to round it up because I need another piece. So that means I'm going to need 12 total pieces of ribbon in order to get at least the 297, which makes sense because 12 times 25 is 300, and I need at least 297. There we go. We're rounding it up. They did 11.88. I guess they used decimal points. I don't think you need to do that here because you're just going to go whole numbers because each piece is 25. But use the step-by-step. That will help you. So there we go. That is 0.81. It's a hard lesson. A lot of concepts in here. You're going to really need to practice and ask for a lot of help. And don't be afraid of that. All right? Okay. Thanks, guys.